Hey, this is Prashant Nair. Hi everyone. The topic I chose for this 5-minute presentation is thinking of software development as a key IT process, and to give at least 3 examples each of support and management processes for software development. Without much ado, I'm going to jump into the key learning objectives. So I have listed 3 key management processes in software development as part of this presentation, and then 3 key support processes in software development. Also delving into the level 1 and level 2 processes corresponding to these processes. Then of course there are questions that everyone needs to answer. Let me jump to the management processes. There are 3 key management processes that I identified, which are part of software development. The first one being the risk management, which is basically the steps to identify, address, and eliminate software risk items before they become a major problem to software development. For example, managing people risk like losing a key resource, which poses a major problem for a project or the team to meet their deliverables on the right time. Then we have software configuration management, which is basically the process of tracking and controlling changes in the software. It can be called as SCM as well. SCM practices include revision control and establishment of baselines. If something goes wrong, SCM can determine what was changed and who changed it. Then we can talk about requirements management, which is basically the process of identifying, eliciting, documenting, analyzing, prioritizing, and agreeing to the requirements, controlling change, and communicating to the relevant stakeholders. The basic purpose of this requirements management is to ensure that organization documents, verifies, and meets the needs and expectations of its customers, internal or external stakeholders. Let's move on to next. Let's talk about support process in software development. I've listed 3 of them here. One is recruit, train, and maintain software professionals. Then is to provide and maintain hardware, data, and applications, and infrastructure. Then software quality assurance. The first one is where the HR managers and the software development team managers work closely to have a process to hire employees, train them, do performance evaluations. The next one here, that is to provide and maintain hardware, data, application, infrastructure, is where all necessary infrastructure, assistance to employees and contractors in software development team is provided. So this is especially important just because the software development team is much more in need of this kind of support and service, because they are dealing with it on a day-to-day basis. Then software quality assurance. This is a process that ensures that developed software meets and complies with defined and standard quality specifications. So it goes along with SDLC, that is software development lifecycle. It's a very important process, and there are a lot of different kind of standards that companies follow to follow this process. So the next slide, this one talks about level 1 and level 2 processes for software development department. So I've listed 3 main processes which I just talked about, corresponding to the management and support process. Not delving too deep into each of these, because I'm going to share the notes. But as you can see, there are many sub-processes or level 2 processes that are identified as part of this slide. For instance, risk management itself has, like, you need to identify risk, analyze risk, prioritize risk, mitigate mitigation plan for the risk, and do the mitigation, and then monitor. Now questions. There are 2 questions that I listed. One is list 1 more key management process associated with the software development. Other is, as more and more companies are leveraging software as service, briefly explain what are the key changes to traditional management and support processes of software development. Looking forward to your answers for these questions in the discussion board. Thank you all.